Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 3 of my Lake Seasons Greetings DLC playthrough. Big mouthful there. So we are starting off on Boxing Day, I believe. Let's talk to Frank.
Who do you think is better, Magic or Bird?
So I'm guessing they're baseball players. Frank's all about baseball, right? Do not know anything about baseball. Let's see what the radio says.
Season's greetings, P.O. It's the second day of Christmas, and I don't have turtle doves or partridges in pear trees, but you know what I do have?
Season's greetings to you too, Jack. It's, Angela here. I watched the movie Gremlins the other day, right in my own cozy VCR-equipped living room. And I just want to say that it was a lovely and inexpensive way.
Thanks for the tip, Angie. Angela. I'm going to assume that wasn't a... And I'm also going to assume my next rental there. Okay, on to the weather. It looks like we'll have lots of snow today. How about some music now?
So unfortunately you just heard the audio glitches, or rather you didn't hear the audio. That's what we've been dealing with during this playthrough. Unfortunately, I wish we weren't, but there's nothing I can do about that. This playthrough is riddled with audio bugs. Let's talk to Maureen.
Hi, Thomas. Looking forward to the New Year's Eve party?
I am indeed Maureen. So over here I'm showing you the game that you saw in the original Lake. Ghost Blasters, I think it's called. Now, I don't know if I end up playing this. I think I do, but what I'm going to do is cut this out because you have seen me play this in my original Lake playthrough if you watched it. So I'm going to cut this bit out just so the playthrough runs more smoothly, and I'll get back to you in a moment. So as you can see, we got the high score. I wanted to play that so there was a connection between Thomas and Meredith there. I like the idea that they both played the same video game. But again, you didn't really need to see that for this playthrough. I'm just trying to keep it running as smoothly as possible. So if you would like to see the game Ghost Blasters, shameless plug, go watch my original Lake playthrough and you will see that game in action. Anyway, let's move on. And it seems like we've got lots to deliver. Now this is a bit of a difference. I don't know if this is real life because this is obviously a video game, but this is a bit of a difference between America and England. I don't believe the postal service in England runs on Boxing Day. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. So our main postal service is Royal Mail, and I don't think they deliver on Boxing Day. Christmas Eve, I think they do. Christmas Day and Boxing Day, they don't. Then there's a little bit of a delay. New Year's Day they don't, but I think they do on New Year's Eve. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure there's no post on Boxing Day, so maybe in America there is, or maybe it's just for this game. You'll have to let me know if you live in America. I think places like Amazon deliver on Boxing Day though. They just don't deliver on Christmas Day. Anyway, bit of a pointless comment there, but just an interesting observation. So, are we going to be seeing our lovely wife today at the motel, or is it going to be Matt? Seeing as we found out last episode that she has hired Matt. Oh, how interesting, there's something here.
Whoa, looks like you're having some car trouble.
Yeah, just a second, my good man. Gabriel, can you figure out what's wrong with this blasted vehicle? Give me some good news here.
I mean, I'm not really a car mechanic, Mr. Price. But I know the smoke isn't a good sign.
No duh, Einstein. Say, hey, Mr. Mailman, what's your story?
Wait a minute. Aren't you Connor Price, KNW6 News?
In the flesh, are you a regular viewer?
Absolutely. I like to catch up on the local goings-on right before reruns of Fries and the Hamburger.
I see, and is yours a Nielsen family? With an odometer and everything?
Can't say we are, no.
Then how does that help me? Huh? Gabe, if you don't know what you're doing, then why on God's green earth are you fiddling around with that engine?
Just thought I'd pop up in the hood, Mr. Price. What with the smoke and all? It needs to vent.
Needs to vent, huh? Never have I felt more like a busted car engine. God! I'm dying in this podunk country-ass town. Bunch of freaking yokels.
So, hey there. I see you've already had the privilege of the full Connor Price experience.
I guess that car engine isn't the only thing that needs to blow off steam.
Yeah, Connor can be a bit much. Anyway, I'm Ilsa Richter, local TV segment producer turned car problem solver. And that sporting young man over there is Gabriel Serrano, local TV sound guy turned amateur mechanic. Emphasis on amateur.
Hey, I never claimed to know anything about cars. Just because I used to be a studio tech, Mr. Price put me on engine duty. Anyway, nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you. I'm Thomas Weiss. And as the local mail carrier, I know just the guy to fix your car problem.
If you mean young car service, I'm way ahead of you, Mr. Weiss. They're on their way right now.
That's great, Ilsa. You're an even better car problem solver than you are a segment producer.
Flattery will get you everywhere, Gabe.
That must be Ben Young. You're in capable hands. He'll have you fixed up in no time.
God, I hope so. We need to get to Melville, and we're already way behind schedule.
Hey, Mr. Mailman. Come in here for a second, please.
Excuse me. Duty apparently calls. Happy travels. This is your alternative to working at the post office?
Uh-huh. Hey, I'm new here. All of a sudden I have to check in 3 people at once who want their own rooms. Separate but close to one another, all equipped with TV VCRs. And, well, long story short, I need to reach Emily Weiss, stat. I'm guessing the local post guy would know where to reach her.
I happen to know her home number by heart. It's 555-8039.
Thank you. 555-8039. Come on, pick up already.
I'll just leave the parcel here on the counter. Bye. They're already gone. Mighty fast towing there, Ben.
So, we just met 3 new characters that were not in the original Lake. Connor, Gabriel and Ilsa, and Connor's a piece of work, isn't he? Much like Matt.
I should have a new booking system ready in a few weeks.
So it's lovely to see new faces, and they are the basis of the Season's Greetings storyline, really. So we'll get to see them a lot more, I'm sure. I like Ilsa and Gabriel, do not like Connor, obviously. I don't think you meant to. But it's nice. I think they're the 5th new character that we've met. Well, between the 3 of them. Because you have Ben and... Oh no, her name is blanking me now. The woman at the bookstore. I've lost her name. Oh no. But I think that's 5 new characters for this DLC. I don't recall if we meet any more. And I might have missed somebody. I can't remember. Oh, we're off to the woods. So let's head in. Hopefully we see a bit more wildlife. I would like to. I'd like to see a deer. And again, if you hear any background noise, that is of course my bunny rabbit as always. I like this bit, I don't like driving it though. Absolutely terrible at driving this bit. I'd love to live in one of these cosy cabins.
Fancy handwriting on this one.
How cute. Right, let's see if I can get out nicely. One never knows. And again, we're sort of 10 minutes in and I haven't managed to tell you yet that this, as you have already noticed, and we're on part 3 already, this is a sort of minimal talking playthrough because I want you to enjoy and experience the game. So on these beats where we're travelling, I talk a fair bit, but for the most part, I don't talk too much during these playthroughs. Or during these episodes, I should say. Well, we got out quite smoothly there, which is unusual for us. But again, I'm just in awe of how beautiful this game is. I really do love it. If you hadn't noticed. And I said last week, and I probably said it the week before actually, but I was talking about how I love snowy settings in video games, and that is true. I was trying to think of some examples. I came up with the Elder Scrolls, so Skyrim. I love the snowier portions of Skyrim. Oh, my voice is going. Oblivion, Bruma. I love up in Bruma area. There are a few video games set in snowy areas or set in winter, and I just find it so cosy. But, and I think I've said this before as well in a playthrough, so do excuse me if I am repeating myself. I watch a channel here called Retired Geek Woman, and she mentioned that when she plays when there's cold weather in video games, she feels physically cold. I get that too. So I'm watching this now, and I'm editing it, and I feel cold.
I'm reminded of our honeymoon to Niagara Falls all those many years ago.
So I believe this may be the first time in this playthrough where we are meeting Robert. We of course saw Robert in the original Lake playthrough, but I don't think we've met him in this one. Potential future son-in-law right here.
If you keep ordering heavy parcels like this, Santa might just skip your house altogether.
Oh, sorry, Thomas. Let me give you a hand. That must be the fire pit I ordered.
And here I thought there'd be no more fishing until spring.
Bert's out of town, so I could use someone else to talk to. Not that Bert talks that much. How about it? Tomorrow evening.
But you better make sure that fire...
Hey, did you have a nice Christmas, by the way?
I've had better. My daughter couldn't make it.
Anyways, I won't hold you up any longer. I need to assemble this baby.
So we're going ice fishing tomorrow. Can't say that's something I've ever done. And unfortunately, as you saw, we were hit with the horrible audio glitches again. There's really nothing I can do about them. I wish I could. Yeah, it's upset me too, but it is what it is. So let's back out of here and continue on with our day. I don't know if I've mentioned already. I probably have. We're on part 3. There are 3 new songs in this DLC as well, and you've been hearing them as we've gone along. So let's continue on. We'll probably see the camera crew at the garage, whatever you want. Gas station, whatever. We've had this before. Yep, there they are. So I wonder if we can speak to Ben. There's Ben.
Looking forward to our poker night on Sunday.
So he's not saying anything different, unfortunately. Let's go see if we can find Laurie. And Laurie is there. So let's speak to Laurie.
Take care of that goose now, hog hog.
And a funny glitch happens here where we end up on top of the table after we speak to Laurie. Don't ask. I don't know what that's all about either. But we've had a few, as you've seen during the playthrough. So with that, let's continue our day. And I just realised we are actually halfway through this playthrough, because this playthrough only has 6 parts. So we're halfway through already. Not a massive DLC, as you can imagine. Oh, well, sort of. That turning weren't too bad. It were pretty bad.
Another satisfied customer. Unless it's Bill's.
So we're not too far off finishing our Boxing Day. I was about to say I'd hate to work on Boxing Day, but I have worked on Boxing Day. I worked in retail for quite a few years, and yeah, we worked Boxing Day. I was never happy about it. Oh, straight into a pole there, right outside our house as well, how embarrassing. Now, this should be interesting if he says anything here, because Meredith said they had new neighbours.
Somehow it's always nice when our neighbors get a letter. Here's to you, Andy and Toby.
So they've just confirmed that their neighbours are called Andy and Toby. That wasn't confirmed in the original lake. It's nice to piece little bits together. And Meredith hasn't met those neighbours. Oh, straight into a pole again. Meredith hasn't met those neighbours. So we got a few more items to deliver.
There we go.
I love the little animation of him putting his glasses up and down. So cute. So let's continue on. And as I say, I've said this in all 3 parts. Hopefully this isn't too boring for you. I appreciate it's not the most exciting game to watch a playthrough of, but I just love it. So we're on to a parcel now. Late Christmas presents, perhaps? Look at the snowman in the yard. It's so cute. See, I'm American. I said yard.
Kovacs family always heads to Arizona in the wintertime. And who can...
So that's just give us an extra family as well, the Kovacs family. We didn't know about them in the original lake. So it's a good way to piece together who lives here and who doesn't. So not too many things left to deliver. We still want to go and see Angie at the Flick Shack, and we definitely want to see Nancy at the shop. Again, it's not necessary to go and do those things. We want to see Beth, that's her name, Beth at the bookstore. It's not necessary to do these things, but I like to do them.
Fancy handwriting on this one.
So I believe it'll probably be Beth first. And we found out some interesting things about Beth last episode. I didn't really get to speak about them, but she is leaving Providence Oaks, which explains why she's not here when Meredith comes to visit. And there she is. We find out more about Beth too.
You can't have too much winter in the winter.
But I'm not going to spoil that, of course. But Beth is a lovely new addition to the lake roster. So we don't need to go and see Angie today, but we will. Let's go pop in and say hello. Again, potential daughter-in-law, depending on how you play.
Never forget, Thomas. Be kind, rewind.
And with that, we've got Nancy to see. I think we do actually need to deliver a parcel to the shop, which is good. Not too much left of the day. We might only be getting Boxing Day done in this episode, actually. So yes, it is a parcel for Nancy. And this is our last parcel of the day. Let's see what she's ordered. And Nancy is, as always, a joy.
Part and parcel.
So let's go see her, and then we'll probably end off the day.
Doesn't really matter what Maureen said. I can't help that her orders have been delayed because of the snow. She should have just ordered sooner. It's not like New Year's Eve appeared on the calendar out of nowhere.
That's true, but it was only 2 weeks ago that she decided to throw a celebration at the diner. And once we're sure we can host a proper party for everyone, you are also invited.
That sounds an awful lot like blackmail to me. Please come to my party, Nancy. But first...
I'm sure she didn't mean it that way, and I'm sure you're more than welcome either way. But I have to run now. Bye, Nancy, and hi-bye, Thomas.
Bye, Kay.
Maureen Hennessy strikes again.
P.O. would be a boring place without her.
Boring? Drama-free might be the word you're looking for. One thing's for sure. Always bites off more than she can chew. And now I'm supposed to come to the rescue?
Isn't this a great opportunity to generate some extra revenue?
With the ridiculous discount she's demanding, it's mostly nothing but a great opportunity for a lot of extra work. Anyway, is that parcel for me? You can just put it on the counter.
Sure thing, Nancy. Have a great day.
So unfortunately, audio bugs as always, yay! But with that, we are going to return to the post office. And end off the day. Let's see what we end up getting up to tonight. I can't remember if we have any plans for tonight. That was a smashing turn, that. Said no one ever. So back to the post office we go, and we'll see what we end up doing for the evening.
Hey, if it isn't Connor Price.
Oh, that's him, huh? He's taller than he looks on TV.
I was hoping you'd be spared the Connor Price experience. Suffice it to say, he was not friendly.
Wow, sounds like a real jerk.
Mr. Price? Aren't you supposed to be in Melville?
Well, hey there. Good to see you, man. Yeah, change of plans, I'm afraid. Oh, hi, ma'am. I don't think we've met. Connor Price, KNW6.
Welcome to the Oregon Trail Motel, sir. Better get to work, honey. I'll see you tonight.
Okay, what's up with her? Christmas hangover?
You'll have to forgive my wife. She can be a bit protective of me.
Protective of you? Oh, I see. You told her about our little kerfuffle earlier. Listen, I'm man enough to admit that it wasn't my finest hour. I'm usually a lot more easygoing. In fact, the Willamette Week once called me one of the most likable faces in local broadcasting.
That's quite all right. Water under the Bear Creek Bridge, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, when my car isn't breaking down during a tight shooting schedule, I'm a pretty swell guy. Believe me, that's the price guarantee.
So, you're obviously not in Melville.
No, that's the change of plans I was referring to. Turns out we need some parts that the garage doesn't have in stock, so Young's having them shipped over ASAP. But in the meantime, we've decided to stay right here in lovely, picturesque, whatchamacallit, USA.
It's Providence Oaks, P.O. for short.
Yeah, well, to be honest, all these little villages look pretty much the same to me anyway. See, we're supposed to be shooting some remotes on local end-of-year festivities and such. A grand kickoff to our special series on small-town American life. And it doesn't really make much of a difference if we start here or in freaking Melville.
Except, of course, that Providence Oaks is way nicer than frickin' Melville.
I was gonna say, this town has warmth. I like warmth. And so do our viewers, I'm betting. So get ready for your town to be featured in part 1 of The Oregon Trail. Title pending. Might be a little too on the nose.
That is the same name as this motel, so I guess it isn't particularly original. My wife works here as a receptionist, but she's not the one who named it.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Real conversations with real Americans, right? But as fun as this is, I should be turning in. The 3 of us each got our own quaint little room. Mine's non-smoking, unfortunately. Still beats Gabriel's. His doesn't even have a TV. Can you believe it?
Well, I best be on my way.
Anyway, great banter. See you around, my main mailman.
Bye.
Well, that was a fun little exchange. What an arsehole. Again, minimal talking from me from now.
From 1912 to 1948, architecture was an Olympic discipline. Spanish singer Julio Iglesias used to be a professional goalkeeper. So that he could recover the dexterity of his hands. In learning to play, he discovered his musical talent.
So, I thought we'd only be playing Boxing Day this episode, but we're not. We are playing Friday, December the 27th, the day after Boxing Day. So, let's go. And we have ice fishing with Robert today. Sorry about that loud bang, that was me bunny rabbit. I could re-record it, but I'm keeping it in so you can hear how naughty she is. Doxing the rabbit. So, we have come in to talk to Frank, but he's not here. He's a mystery. No, he's not here. So let's start off day 27. Not day 27. We haven't been here for 27 days. You know what I mean.
Want to hear a PO positive? You tuned into the right frequency.
PO positive or pet peeves?
Let's hear one from Mildred Meow Jenkins.
Hi, Jack. I would like to thank our own Robert Harris for all... He even brought a fish snack for my cats. Say thank you to Robert now, my dears.
Way to go, Rob. Feel free to help clear out my driveway as well. It's only about a quarter of a mile. And it'll probably need shoveling because more snow's coming. But we're back to bright and sunny skies later today. Back to the music.
So, that's the first time we've heard Mildred. I don't think we've seen Mildred during this playthrough. Again, we did see her in the original, but I don't think we've seen her in this one. So hopefully we get to meet Mildred soon. And my bunny rabbit is chewing up cardboard again, as always. She doesn't eat it, she just chews it up.
They must be out of town for the holidays.
So that will be the noise you hear if you're hearing the background noise. So unfortunately you didn't hear Thomas say that because of the audio glitch, but he said, is that much Christmas lighting really necessary? And I have to agree, we've got to go back and have a look. That is a bit much, innit? You wouldn't want to be neighbours with them. We've gone right into a poll. We could sue them for blocking our vision due to the Christmas lights. That is a bit much, not gonna lie. So, where are we off to next? Looks like we're going down all the little side streets first. And I'm guessing there's not much post today. There doesn't seem to be a great deal to do in any event. I don't know, it looks like it, but we'll have to wait and see. Now these ones always confuse me because I never know which post box it is, but we're just going to go for a nice little walk and find out together. So it's not that one. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. So I'm going to cut out the walk back to the van. Be back with you in a sec. Right, we're back in the van. Let's keep going. Try not to whack into anybody's house, that would be nice. So we've got a few people we need to check in with today. But not too many. It looks like Beth has a parcel, but we're going to check in with Angie quickly first. And I just realised everybody was working on Boxing Day as well. Retail.
Hi, Thomas. Say hi to Emily.
So of course you don't need to do this. I've said this many times before. You don't need to check in on people when they don't have a parcel, but sometimes they have something interesting to say. So I figured we would. Now let's take a parcel to Beth. Might not end up going to everybody today. We'll have to wait and see. So when we go, she's sat at the counter normally, thank goodness.
Oh, dear, Thomas. I almost didn't see you come in there. I was lost in thought, I suppose. Please just put it on the counter, if you will. Thank you. And thank you again for a lovely Christmas dinner. I had a marvelous time with you all.
We loved having you over, Beth, as always. Emily and I had a great time. But about that news of yours.
I was afraid it would perhaps put a dampener on the evening, but I was happy we could celebrate together nonetheless.
It was. We've known each other for so long. We're practically part of each other's furniture. Or I would be, I suppose.
Oh, but I will miss you two. As Helen Keller once wrote, so long as the memory of certain beloved friends lives in my heart, I shall say that life is good.
You're like a walking library, Beth. Always a fitting quote.
So, haven't you ever thought of moving closer to Meredith over all these years? She is living quite a ways away, right?
Your news has put things into perspective, I suppose. But leaving here would sure be a big step. Maybe too big, I don't know. And there's always the phone, of course.
And don't forget the postal service.
Bye.
And believe you me, that's going to take me a while. Until next.
Oh, I do love Beth. She hasn't got anything else to say right now. So let's move on with our day. Let's go check in on Nancy, even though we don't need to.
I'm tired of the snow already.
She's never happy, is she, Nancy? And you will note there were a few clues as to what's up with Beth, because there is something else in that exchange, but we'll have to wait later to find out what that is. So I had to take a little bit of a break, which is why the music has changed there. I realised that I actually had to do part 3 in 2 parts, so that's why I thought we were only doing Boxing Day, because I only put the 1 part in. I've just now put the 2nd part in, so looks a bit bigger now. I'm just confirming that we are going ice fishing. Yeah, we are.
Another satisfied customer. Unless it's Bill's.
I thought the episode was looking a little short. Again, that's why I thought we were only doing Boxing Day. No, we are doing 2 days. Just silly me forgot I had to record it in 2 parts. So let's continue on. There's actually a bit more post than I thought there was going to be. I was looking at the episode length, like I say. It was only about half an hour. I thought, I've sorted it now. Might see our little fox friend. We have been seeing him a little bit during this playthrough, haven't we? Now, what's this? How on earth are we supposed to get here? Where's it asking us to deliver? So it actually took me a little while to figure this out. So I am going to do a bit of a cut, and I will get back to you when we are there. So here we are. I didn't see this in the original lake. So this cabin is new. I don't know if it was there in Lake or if they've added it for the DLC. Cannot remember. Hopefully we'll remember to check this out in our next Lake playthrough, because there is going to be one more, like I say. What's all this?
Ah, look who's here.
Hey, Thomas. Yeah, I needed to take care of some stuff. Hardly any customers at the post office anyway.
Aren't you at least a little worried that Walter Morgan might show up?
Morgan? I don't think so. Last time that city slicker tried driving in the snow, he totaled his car against the deer statue.
Can't say that you're wrong there, Frank.
That big sucker you're carrying is for me, huh? Right on time. It's all coming together. Hey, Thomas, you can keep a little secret, right? Great. It's not a big deal in any case. A buddy of mine was able to get his hands on some premium quality fireworks. I'm selling them with a nice profit. And anything I can't sell, well, let's just say you want to be outside Moe's Diner when the clock strikes 12 on New Year's Eve.
Frank, that sounds illegal and dangerous. I'm going to leave now and pretend we never had this conversation.
Okay, Thomas, fair enough. See you at the office. And I hope you still enjoy the show.
Oh dear, Frank just can't seem to stay out of trouble, can he? Here's that little cabin. Now we've got to try and reverse out somehow. I don't know if it's going to go very well. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's not going well, this. But we're back. We're back on the road now. And we're going to go this way instead. We don't tend to go this way a lot. Tend to stick to the same route. And again, we're not too far off. Moving on to our ice fishing with Robert. We are going into the diner. So, in we go. Let's go and say hello to Mo. We do have a delivery.
Okay, so we still need to check Spanner Dam for the mood shots. According to this, it offers damn fine views, so...
Hey, Mr. Mailman. Come on over. Talk to us for a sec.
Gabe, we don't have time for idle chit-chat.
He can help us out, Ilsa. No one knows the town like a mailman. Right, Mr. Weiss?
Quite right. What do you need?
Yeah, Gabe. What do you need?
Well, we're scouting out this beautiful town of yours for our report on small town America. It's great, but we could use the inside track. So, any secret spots we're bound to miss, but shouldn't?
Well... the watchtower up at Eagle Peak. You can take in the view among the treetops.
But make sure you watch out for those creaky steps.
Oh, hey, Maureen.
Now, here's your coffee, folks. Sorry for the delay. Faucet's been acting up again, which should have been fixed yesterday.
Oh, you want me to check on it, Miss Hennessy?
Oh, now look at you. My knight in woolen armor. Would you, dear?
I can take a look.
Well, isn't that nice of you? Back of the kitchen, honey. Ashley, someone who does know what he's doing is coming in. Show him where the busted faucet is. And stay out of his way. Ashley's a sweetheart, but when it comes to fixing things, that boy is all thumbs.
See, this is what the segment should be. Interacting with the townsfolk, helping out. I love it.
Oh, such a nice fellow.
Yeah, you're in good hands, Maureen. Gabriel may look and act like a naive little pup, but he can fix anything. Well, except for our van. But other than that...
Oh, is that a fact? Well, in that case, I can think of a few more things he could fix around here, if you catch my drift.
Maureen, there's a lady present.
Let me just go check him out. Check on him, I mean.
So, anyway.
So?
Oh, wait. You had the Connor Price experience the other day. Have you recovered yet?
I actually encountered him outside the motel yesterday evening. He was a lot nicer this time.
Really? Oh, did he greet you with, "Good to see you, man"?
Indeed, he was quite enthusiastic.
That's his go-to when he's forgotten your name. It's "Good to see you, man" for guys and "Hey, lady" for gals.
Really?
Wouldn't worry about it, though. He called me Lisa for the better part of a year. Connor's a lot. But I guess after this week, I can update my resume with not just segment producer and car problem solver, but also Connor Price wrangler.
You know, you remind me of my daughter. Smart, tough, a little too hardworking.
Oh? And does her cynical demeanor mask her deeply felt insecurities and profound loneliness, too? Kidding. Or am I? I'm not as tough as I look. Sometimes that whole Connor Price experience can get to me. At least Gabe's a welcome antidote, that big old puppy dog. He's as uncomplicated as Connor is complicated.
Well now, sounds like someone is getting a little warm under the collar for our Gabriel. Just between you and me, honey, I have a hunch that feeling is more than mutual.
Maureen, you shouldn't startle people like that.
All I know is, I just spent 5 minutes with our knight in the kitchen, and during that time, he mentioned Ilsa about 12 times.
Really? Well,
Faucet's all better now, Mo. And we should be hitting the road right about now.
Right. Thanks, Maureen. Nice talking to you, Thomas.
Bye now, folks. Be sure to check in again soon, you hear? Huh, these TV folks sure know how to liven things up, don't they?
Indeed, Maureen. You haven't even met the main event, Connor Price.
Oh, that reminds me. You know about my little New Year's Eve shindig, right? I'm counting on you and Emily. We'll party like it's 1986. Because it will be.
Of course we'll be there. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Best get back to it. See you, Mo.
Bye now.
Oh my goodness, I absolutely loved that exchange. So we're just going to head back in, see if there's anything else anybody needs to say. Not really. So let's head back out. Unfortunately, the episode is getting a little bit long now because of having to have the 2 days in it. I don't really know what happened. I think this is just a couple of days full of exchanges, you see. But with that, I think we've done delivering for the day. So I think to keep this episode a little bit shorter, I'm going to cut out all of the driving from now on and just show you the exchanges so we can round off the episode. So we're now here at the motel, and this is where we hit a huge bug. A huge bug. So it's acting as if we are meeting them for the first time with the car trouble. Insane. So I did have to reset the game from this point because it messed up really badly. This is the worst glitch we've had. It messed up so bad. So after fixing up that bug, we are here at the garage.
Looking forward to our poker night on Sunday.
And Ben isn't saying anything different. Sorry, this episode is a little longer than usual. That's my fault. I recorded it in 2 parts, then we had the massive groundbreaking bug. I basically had to play...
A belated Christmas gift?
Just waiting for Thomas to finish speaking there. I basically had to play all of this day again off camera. So now I'm just trying to speed through day 27 for you all.
That's it for today.
So that is all of the posts delivered. So we're going to end off the day. And we're going to start the evening with a phone call.
I'll get it. Hello?
Very good evening. Am I talking to Mrs. Emily Weiss?
Yes, sir, that would be me.
Ah, fantastic. It's a pleasure to talk to you. My name is Christian Carmichael, and I represent Fly into Florida.
Oh, hi there.
I have great news for you, Mrs. Weiss. It's been a while, but, do you perhaps remember entering into our Fly into Florida sweepstakes?
Now that you mention it, I think so. Yeah. Was that the one on the back of the juice carton?
That's the one. And I am more than happy to tell you that you are the winner of the grand prize.
The grand prize? Wow, fantastic. I'm afraid I've forgotten what it was. Could you refresh my memory a little bit?
No problem, Mrs. Weiss. You have won a 2-week trip to Florida for 2.
Wow, Florida? Really? I won? I have never won anything in my life. Hold on, I need to tell my husband. Honey, we won! I'm talking to a gentleman from Fly into Florida, and he says we've won a 2-week holiday for 2.
Get out of here. Florida? Wow.
Isn't it great? We're so happy. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You've got plenty of time to let it all sink in. Next, we'll be sending you an extra special envelope. It will contain a confirmation letter, airline tickets, hotel tickets, and I totally forgot to say this earlier, a $500 check covering any additional expenses.
Oh, wow. I can't believe this is happening.
Well, it most definitely is, Mrs. Weiss. And we'll be making sure you both have the time of your life. There's one thing I must stress. The dates can't be altered. So if you have plans for the first 2 weeks of September, this would be a great moment to change them. And I hope this answers all of your questions for now. Congratulations on winning. And we look forward to seeing you fly into Florida.
Thank you.
Bye.
I think I need to sit down for a moment. Florida.
Oh, that's Robert. Sorry, honey. I can't celebrate with you right now. But I'll make it up to you tomorrow night at Moe's.
I will hold you to that. Have fun on the ice, hon. And when you start to freeze out there, just think of sunny Florida.
So that phone call, of course, ties into the original lake game and why Meredith's parents are in Florida. On to ice fishing with Robert now.
Ooh, boy. Drilling a hole, getting that fire pit going. Ice fishing's a lot of work. And it's cold, but we're fishing all right.
Great stuff, Robert. Thanks for taking me along.
No problem, Thomas. Wouldn't have enjoyed it half as much by myself. Man, it's nice out here. This setting could use a guitar.
Yeah, some guitar tunes would sound nice right now.
It'd be a shame to disturb the peace now, though. Hey, what was Emily going on about when I picked you up? You guys are going to Florida?
Yeah, apparently we won a 2-week trip.
Wow, congrats. Not that Florida's my cup of tea, if I'm honest.
Someplace else you'd rather go?
I'm perfectly fine staying right here.
And you're probably perfectly right, Robert.
Yeah, I'm not always perfectly sure about that. Could be that I'm a little stuck in my ways. But at least I'm not desperately looking for the one, you know?
I don't know, Robert. Haven't you been by yourself long enough now?
Wouldn't it be ideal if Mrs. Wright dropped by my house one day?
Certainly. And also quite improbable. But you never know.
Let's drink to that. Would be a shame if Emily filled that flask of yours for nothing.
Ha! Finally, a sensible remark.
Cheers. Now let's catch a fish and get the hell out of here.
How lovely. And that is where we're going to end the episode. So thank you very much for watching. Apologies, it's a little long. And until next week, bye, Embers.